Happy Saturday, everybody. My name's Air Samurai. Welcome to the channel.
Excellent.
All right, so today I'm going to be reviewing the Tower of God anime. Now, this anime is a show that I've wanted to see for quite some time now. Ever since I saw the trailer, I thought the trailer was incredible. It's a Crunchyroll original. It is a show that was originally a webtoon, which was also really, really cool to see somebody go from having a webtoon to actually having a show. But that was really cool, and it's also a part of like my bigger overall dream in order to be able to like make my own stuff and then get it out there into the world and let other people see it. So this is really exciting. I'm really pushing for this anime, really hoping that it's going to be a really good one. So I'm about to start the first episode right now, and once I finish it, I'm going to give a full breakdown and full review on everything that I feel about it, from the start of it, the colors, the sound, the timing, and all these different things. So if you like anime, if you like Tower of God, check out this video. Okay, so let's talk about the first part of Tower of God. I just got finished watching the very first episode called The Ball, and I thought that overall, as a whole, the first episode was pretty interesting. It is an anime that I'm going to continue watching. And actually, when I get finished recording this video, I'm going to watch the next episode. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about my experience and watching it. So from the start of it, I generally like shows, anime or live action or movies, that start off with abstractions. Abstractions are one of the easiest ways to get the viewer or the audience to ask questions from the very beginning, starting off with some sort of abstraction. I like abstractions a lot, and I like wide shots of like just like the overall city or whatever it is that's going to be happening, you know, the place, they're introducing us to the place as a character. But Tower of God, to me, it started off with this abstraction, and then we saw the eye of the boy, and then we start getting this inflection of shots, and all of these shots make us ask questions, and the timing of those cuts of those shots along with the music is something that made me ask questions right off the bat. I do feel like some of it was a little disjointed, just in terms of like the pacing of it. We were introduced to so many concepts, and I wasn't exactly sure like what to ask questions about, you know, because I could put up a video right now of a bunch of different shots just popping up, and like you're gonna ask questions, but I feel like there has to be some sort of continuity tied in. So I feel like the continuity within the inflection of shots at the very beginning could have been a little bit tighter, but you know, it's good. I mean, they did what storytellers should do. They made us ask questions visually and from an audio standpoint too, because even at the beginning of it, like this person is going through this list of things that possibly a person might want, about climbing this tower and all these different things. So we're being asked these questions, we're being introduced to these characters and their faces, and everybody looks interesting. And they basically tell us this is the story of a girl named Rachel who wanted to see the stars. This is a story of a boy named Bam who only wanted her. And this story is going to be their beginning and end. So already right there, being introduced to these characters, I want to know what's going on. This tower seems very mysterious. There's a lot of questions around this tower. What is this tower exactly? Who are these people? Why are they here? Like, why is it so important for Rachel to see these stars? Why does Bam want to be with Rachel so bad? You know, there's lots of questions to it. So I think that they did a really good job, especially in the opening. You know, there was an opening shot, and I'm going to talk about the intro in a second, but there was an opening shot where they're running down this long hallway, and Bam is chasing Rachel, and he falls on top of her, trying to grab her, and he falls on top of her. And when he does, she tells him that she's going to climb the tower, and she starts to like disappear and all these different things. So even that, like, those are questions like, why is this girl disappearing? Like, what is it that she's doing? Like, how is it that she's moving up the tower? You know, if this is a tower, why aren't they walking? So there's a lot of different questions that are being posed. One of the cons that I didn't, and this may just be me nitpicking, but one of the cons that I did not like in Tower of God at the beginning, and this is not even like based off of like an overall opinion of the show, just based off of something visually and aesthetic, like, you know, the artist part of it, is that goddamn CG bird at the beginning of Tower of God during I think the opening credits. Like that bird was some shit, man. they should have just cut that bird all out altogether, because it just looked bad. At least that first shot of it looked bad. I wouldn't. I mean, you could just tell it was a CG bird. It felt rushed. It felt like they didn't have enough time to really make it feel good, which is odd because at the end of the intro sequence, they showed a CG bird again, and it was passable. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's asking it to be like this photorealistic bird, but at least make the animation in it be believable. But at the very beginning, the first shot that you see that CG bird was just, it was terrible. I also want to make sure that I do these reviews without giving too many spoilers away in it as well, but you know, I can only do so much. The show thus far has a lot of Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes. Not that there's a Mad Hatter and all these different people, but just the little rabbit guy that shows up, Hedon, and he's like the caretaker of the tower, and then there's the test, and there's the girl, which the motivations for the girl helping him out really didn't play out to me as like an actual strong motivation, or her like having an ulterior motive. So I felt like that maybe could have been tightened up a little bit, but once again, this is a webtoon. I believe it's been going on since 2010. So who am I to tell the author like what he should have done better? I'm just speaking from a standpoint of being a viewer, watching the anime, wanting and like rooting for this anime to win, because it seems like such a cool and unique story, and the trailers are really they're very good at catching your attention and holding you and making you go, damn, I want to watch that. So, but I didn't really get her motivation for it. You know, she helped him out, give her apparently a sword that can only be wielded by you know, one of the princesses of Jihad, or you know, and I'm not sure if it's just the princesses or if it's people from that realm or royalty or whatever, but yeah, I thought that the opening test was pretty cool too, battling the steel eel monster, and then when he goes on to the next stage as well, him getting to that land with the grass. I don't understand why he ate the grass. That was kind of weird. But you know, it's anime, so weird happens, you know what I mean? And with that being said, I think that there was a good cliffhanger onto it. And one of the things that I like about the show thus far is that the characters know a lot of stuff, and sometimes they know stuff and sometimes they don't know stuff, but the characters, their dialogue is not terrible. I will say that. It's not the greatest dialogue on the face of the earth, but at the same time, like, I'm not expecting to be the greatest dialogue on the face of the earth. You know, this is like, it's an anime. You know, like we're trying to pack a lot of information into a very short amount of time with very high production cost. I feel like the dialogue is good, and I feel like it's good. I feel like it's decent. And I feel like in terms of the characters interacting with each other, you get the sense that these characters know certain things, and they're acting upon these things that they know or don't know. When they do that, they're not trying to hold our hands as viewers and walk us through every single step of like what is going on in their minds. Do you get what I'm saying? I really don't like anime that does that, and I know that a lot of anime does that, particularly for a certain age group and demographics and all that kind of stuff. I get it, but at the same time, like me, like, I want to know, why is this lizard man kind of like confused with this other new power that's shown up? What is this symbol that's on the sword? Who are these people from the land of Jihad? Like, why is it that if this princess of Jihad, I hope I'm saying that right, why is it that if she helps the kid or she helps Bam, why is it that the king would execute her or whoever? You know, it's just a lot of questions going on. And I like the fact that we're not really getting straightforward answers right now. Now, if we don't ever get the answers within the anime, which I doubt that we will, I doubt that Crunchyroll will pick up a webtoon and not make sure that all of the different things that need to be said are done in order to lead you on this path for you to want to watch the show and want to know more about the show. I highly doubt that they would do that. But at the same time, it is yet to be seen, because there was a show that I watched once upon a time that completely changed my perspective on anime for forever. And that one show is the reason why now to this day, like, I have a very hard time giving certain shows my attention. And that show is one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my entire life. That show is called Cash Heron Sins. That show is utter garbage. I did not understand it. It did not make sense. They set up a lot of stuff. They never filled in a lot of the plot holes and different things like that. Stuff that I was really interested in, stuff that I wanted to know about. and it was a terrible waste of a show. Now, as a comic, maybe the comic was great or something like that, or the manga, maybe the manga was great, but I can only tell you from the experience of what I had with Casshern and Sins. I watched that whole show all the way through, and I was utterly disappointed in the fact that I even gave that show more than an episode, because it was dog. But anyway, with that being said, I'm giving Tower of God a try. So far, it's looking really good. Like I said, when I get finished recording this video, I'm going to go right back to it. If you like this video or any other videos you want to review other anime, let me know down below in the comment section. This is going to be a little bit of a change of pace on the channel. We're going to try to switch it up a little bit, people, and get some different things rolling, so that way I can have more time to write my stuff, put time into my content, so that way I can actually get out my animated series. But that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed my review of episode 1 of Tower of God. The name is called Ball. Until next time, my name is Air Samurai. Happy Saturday. And I just got one more thing I wanted to add to talking about Tower of God episode 1. Crunchyroll. What is this bullshit that y'all doing? This is trash. Nobody wants to watch anime week by week if y'all have the whole series. This is bullshit. Put this whole anime out at one time, just like Netflix does with Ozark, which is a great show, by the way. Put this whole goddamn anime out at one time and let people enjoy it. Quit trying to hold stuff to build tension and all this other bullshit. Because what inevitably is happening, what y'all trying to do is y'all trying to treat these streaming services like people treat TV, and it's not the same medium, so it shouldn't be treated the same. When you say Tower of God is coming out in April, damn it, Tower of God need to be out in April. It don't need to be out halfway in April. One episode don't need to be out per week and all this other shit. Put the whole goddamn thing out so people can watch it, review it, talk about it, and feel good about it, as opposed to one episode a week. Now I got to remember that Tower of God is coming out, and I got to plan for every single week to watch one single episode, a 30-minute episode. Y'all are tripping, man. Put the whole thing out. Quit treating this like the way it is. And I'm pretty sure by this point production is done. So there should be no reason on this earth why it's like, oh, well, we only putting one episode out a week. But put the whole thing out. Stop playing with people's emotions. Put the whole series out. Let us decide whether or not we like it or not. And then from there, you can see if people are still clamoring for more. Because, to be honest with you, I just saw Ozark Season 3, and I cannot wait for Season 4 to come out.